Did you guys know that Little Miss I Don't Want to Be Famous went to Grammy's camp in 2014? It's $3,000 a week, and it's literally what she keeps referring to as summer camp, where she met all of her industry friends.
You met them at summer camp?
Yes.
Like summer camp?
Like art camp. Yeah.
When did you go to the summer camp? Was it?
Yeah, like 2015.
In New York City, I went to Grammy Camp, worked with some really amazing, talented kids.
A few moments later.
The Grammys. It's a fucking talent show for rich people. I hope they hear this.
Yeah, fuck the Grammys submits work 8 times.
Thank you to my fellow nominees, and above all, my Papa Chappell, who I named myself after.
Her Papa Chappell, who owned an insurance company and was a multimillionaire and owned an absolutely massive golf course. When I say massive, I mean genuinely massive. His obituary states that he lived on and owned the golf course. And looking at the Country Club Golf Course's website on the Wayback Machine, I found an interesting page about real estate. So he owned not only this massive Country Club golf course thing, but also all these houses, these $500,000 houses, 20 fucking of them, that he sold to people, I guess, to live on this giant, rich Missouri compound. There's a video of Chappell first signing her record deal, and the same grandfather is in the background, and I just find it hilarious that she loves going on about how she named herself after him, and she's this like feminist lesbian icon, but her entire thing is based around her extremely rich grandfather.
The meaning of my name is really important. It's my grandpa Chappell. He died September 22nd of 2016, and it feels good to know that we got so successful. I feel like he's just like clapping from heaven right now.
You might have heard of him, the Strawberry Roan.
Roan was a reference to his favorite song. It's called the Strawberry Roan, which is about like a pinkish red horse.
This man had hundreds of millions of dollars. He owned planes. There was an airport right by the golf course and their house. Like, this was only 30 minutes away from where Chappell grew up. And one of her papa's sons, her uncle, is a conservative representative in Missouri who advocates against trans rights. And his daughter, who is Chappell Roan's mother, she's a veterinarian. They were able to buy a fully equipped hospital in 2002, like a mobile vet hospital. And then they bought a $760,000 brick and mortar vet hospital in 2014 when Chappell was going to Grammy Camp.
Because I got signed so young. I got signed as a minor, and when I got dropped, I had 0 job experience under my belt, and like most people, I had a difficult time finding a job in the pandemic and could not afford health insurance.
I had management before I was signed through acting.
Oh, you were acting.
I was an actress before all of this. Actress, whatever.
So in film acting, I've been in film acting class for about 2 years. I love film acting almost as much as singing.
The rumor that Chappell Roan's grandfather was some kind of multi-millionaire is entirely made up. Like, y'all, I live in the same town as her family right now. People heard that her grandpa owned an insurance company and a golf course, and they just assumed that he, owned State Farm and some sort of giant golf course that millionaires play on. The dude started a small insurance company with his brother when he was younger, and I think at max it had 45 employees. That was after combining his business with 3 other small insurance companies in the area. The owners of all those insurance companies joined the leadership and ownership group. So the net worth of the company, which never exceeded 45 employees, was split between 6 or 7 people. His wife didn't work, she was a stay-at-home mom, and he had 6 kids. As he got older, he eventually sold his share in the insurance company and used whatever money he got from those proceeds to build a golf course in Bolivar, Missouri. Silo Ridge Golf Course is a mid-sized par 4, just normal golf course. It's open to the public, it's not exclusive, I think it's a $60 green fee, and he built that from the ground up. Nobody's becoming filthy rich off of that course. And I should know, I've been to it, it's fine. And I lived in Bolivar, Missouri for 6 years. Ain't nobody filthy rich lives in that town. Also, he didn't even own the entirety of that golf course. I believe he co-owned it with a couple other people. I don't know the specifications of his will when he passed away, but he most likely gave a portion of his money to his 6 kids. Even if he left $2 million to be divided amongst his kids, which I don't think it was that much, that would still be just enough to barely pay for veterinarian school, which her mom went to. Her mom runs a veterinary clinic called the Canine Rehabilitation Institute. I believe her dad was a hospital nurse before he quit that so that he could help run the clinic. And looking at the revenue data for that clinic, she's probably making something like $160 a year, which is more than 3 times what I make in a year, but that's not like millionaire big money. The Anstutz family is thoroughly middle class. Kaylee, Chappell's real name, went to public school in Willard like her whole schooling career. Like I know multiple people who went to high school with her. Ain't none of them rich. And when she first moved to California to try to make it in music, like she was working day jobs the whole time. I believe she was a full-time nanny at one point while part-time working at a donut shop. Like y'all, I know super rich people, they don't do things like that. Like thinking that just because her grandpa at one point might have had $1 million in the bank somehow means that he like got her a record deal. It doesn't make any sense. My wife's grandpa died a millionaire and we have seen literally $0 from that. My grandma and grandpa owned farmland that was worth multiple millions. I saw literally $0 from that land sale. If having a millionaire family member instantly made you into a pop superstar, I should be a pop superstar right now. Instead, I've been surviving month to month, working as a full-time teacher and a part-time musician. And that's what life is really like.
Chappell Roan this, Taylor Frankie Paul that. Hot take, but I literally don't care what they did. I don't care what they did until we treat men in Hollywood with the same energy. Here's a list of men who have done terrible things and avoided getting canceled. Conor McGregor has multiple sexual assault allegations, including being found liable in a 2024 civil assault case. He's still in the spotlight, and he's planning a comeback fight. Ben Roethlisberger of the Steelers had 2 sexual assault allegations, and he was only suspended for 6 games. Cristiano Ronaldo was accused of sexual assault in 2009, and he paid a hush money settlement in 2010. He's still playing on the Saudi Pro League. I feel like I could list athletes all day. Chris Brown has had numerous assault allegations, but most notably the incident with Rihanna in 2009. He still continues to tour and sell out arenas. Brett Kavanaugh was accused of sexual misconduct by multiple women and was still confirmed to the Supreme Court in 2018. Louis C.K. is another one with multiple sexual assault allegations, and he actually admitted to what he did, so he was canceled and dropped from a few things, but he came back and ended up winning a Grammy. Colton Underwood from The Bachelor was accused of stalking and harassing his ex-girlfriend, and yet he was just on the last season of The Traitors. In the 90s, Jerry Seinfeld was 38 and began dating a 17-year-old. She was still in high school, but because the age of consent in New York was 17, he faced no repercussions. Sean Penn has abuse allegations, including during his marriage to Madonna. There were rumors of him hitting her with a baseball bat. He still went on to have a successful career, and most recently won an Oscar. Dr. Dre had multiple allegations of domestic violence from different women in the 90s, but faced little legal or professional consequences. And I saved the worst for last. As of 2024, at least 28 women have publicly accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct. He was found liable for sexual abuse and defamation in the E. Jean Carroll case, and yet he is somehow, someway currently the president. It's just insane to me that the Bachelorette and pop stars are currently being held to higher standards than the president of the United States. Let me know what your thoughts are about this in the comments.
Breaking new allegations have emerged against Chappell Roan following her recent behavior. I'm going to get into all the details, which is very scandalous, but are we done supporting her? Because I no longer in good conscience can be a fan of her anymore. Chappell Roan herself identifies as a feminist, but did you know that she named her stage name after her multi-millionaire grandfather? Yeah, her rich granddaddy. Her entire narrative and backstory? No, she wasn't poor growing up. She was very rich, and her little summer camp that she went to was a Grammy Camp, which was just a pipeline for Nepo babies that pay their way into the industry instead of earning it themselves. She has some catchy songs, don't get me wrong. However, if you listen to some of the lyrics, they're quite problematic. You know those stories that people sell their souls to get to Hollywood? Well, seems pretty plausible with her, because it seems like in her interviews, her interactions with her fans, even the videos that she posts, she lacks all empathy for other people. Seems like she only cares about making money and selling this music that is actually being pushed on us. Make sure you follow for all developments, because I'm doing a deep dive investigation because multiple people have spoken out. As always, this video is for entertainment purposes only. All statements are alleged in speculation.
Chappell Roan claims she was so poor she lived in a trailer park, worked as a barista, and could not afford health insurance. But it was just discovered she comes from extreme money. Her grandpa, Chappell, whom she named herself after, is a multimillionaire who owns an insurance company and a massive golf course, complete with 50 mansions worth over $500K each. Her mother is a veterinarian who owns 2 hospitals. It turns out Chappell was going on trips to Italy with her boyfriend when she was supposedly broke. Recently, Chappell used her security guard on an 11-year-old and made her cry, then told everyone it wasn't her security, but the hotel said otherwise. How much you want to make a bet she's pretending to be a lesbian too? So her entire existence is a lie, cause
since Chappell Roan has been making headlines lately, it is also coming out that Chappell has also been cosplaying being a struggling artist who couldn't afford health insurance, couldn't afford her state of living. And really, we're discovering that Chappell Roan's family is actually extremely wealthy. And listen, there's nothing wrong with growing up privileged, but you can't cosplay a poor struggling artist to the rest of the world when in reality, your grandfather, who your stage name was named after, Dennis Chappell, was a millionaire. Dennis was one of the original partners for PJC Insurance, and at one point he owned a large golf course, country club, as well as the housing and properties around that country club.
The Grammys. It's a fucking talent show for rich people. I hope they hear this.
It's also mentioned here and there that she grew up in a trailer park. Not that that decides what your living status is or what your life is like, but it is projecting this sort of rags to riches image. Then she happens to leave out that that was for a very short period of time because her mother became a very successful veterinarian who eventually owned her own vet hospitals. After these viral interview clips of Chappell saying, "F the Grammys, it's only for rich people," she then submits herself 8 different times to the Grammys, wins, and goes and accepts an award at the Grammys.
And when I got dropped, I had 0 job experience under my belt, and like most people, I had a difficult time finding a job in the pandemic and could not afford health insurance.
And to add to the supposed hatred that Chappell has for the Grammys, before she got really big, she attended the Grammys summer camp, which is $3,000 per week per student. It's great. I'm sure it was an awesome program, which Chappell says to an interviewer before she got famous that it was a great time and she met a lot of great artists.
Like art camp. Yeah.
When did you go to the summer camp? Was it?
Yeah, like 2015.
In New York City, I went to Grammy Camp, worked with some really amazing, talented kids.
Then later when she becomes famous, she backpedals and says that the Grammys are for rich people. So it just sort of feels like this edgy, contrarian artist that she's trying to project is not real. And perhaps this struggling artist image is really just to obtain fandom.
Finding out Chappell Roan is actually like a very wealthy, grew up very wealthy girl who, like rags to riches story isn't authentic. Like her grandpa was a multimillionaire in, I don't know what state, Missouri. Her uncle is a diehard conservative politician who lobbies against trans rights. The mom is a veterinarian who bought a mobile vet hospital. And like seeing all the things that she like talks about and advocates for is really fascinating. Like I didn't expect her to be so wealthy because she never presented herself as if she, I feel like, was. And now seeing that she's like, she had this upbringing, I think it's great. If I had those resources, it's great. But there's just something inauthentic and odd about the way she like does things and presents herself that seems extremely inauthentic given where she's come from.
It's giving that the only reason why Chappell Roan asked for privacy was so that nobody would find out that she got it out the mud all right. That happened to be at a golf course. Y'all, somebody is online doing boots on the ground journalism on Chappell Roan, and we must talk about it.
Did you guys know that Little Miss I Don't Want to Be Famous went to Grammys Camp in 2014? It's $3,000 a week, and it's literally what she keeps referring to as summer camp, where she met all of her industry friends.
A few moments later.
The Grammys. It's a fucking talent show for rich people. I hope they hear this.
Yeah, fuck the Grammys submits work 8 times.
First of all, her grandpa, her Papa Chappell, where she got her stage name from, was filthy stinking rich, okay? He was a multi-millionaire that owned and lived on a golf course, and he owned an insurance company. Many people consider him to be the richest man in Missouri at one point, and then her mom is a veterinarian, a very successful one at that, because in 2014 alone, she and her husband bought a new building for her vet hospital that cost $760,000. Chappell is supposed to be this lesbian phenomenon, yet she has an uncle who is a conservative politician that openly campaigns against trans rights. Chappell can talk about everything except that, though. She's so outspoken. She went to a Grammy Camp that reportedly cost $3,000 a week to attend. And then when she was an up-and-coming artist, y'all, her agent couldn't even get into contact with her at one point because she was too busy in Italy vacationing with her boyfriend. Yep, that sounds like a rags to riches story to me. While it's not a problem that she came from money, it doesn't match the image that a lot of fans had of her upbringing, because Chappell mentioned that she grew up in a trailer park, that she was so poor at one point that she couldn't afford health insurance, and how she had all these jobs and had to clean public restrooms, shying away from the fact that she came from generational wealth. Because of this, Chappell Roan is now losing fans left, right, and sideways. Keep in mind, she is still dealing with the backlash from her security guard allegedly making an 11-year-old fan cry. Speaking of which, the child's mother, Jude Law's ex, came out and said that it was not hotel security that yelled at them, that it would have had to have been Chappell Roan security, and the Daily Mail supported these claims by not only identifying the security guard that is indeed on Chappell Roan's team, but revealed that that same security guard did work for Kim Kardashian at one point and was fired by Kim Kardashian after she was robbed in Paris because he was in charge of security and on duty during that incident, but clearly didn't do his job too well. Some are calling this a smear campaign, while others are saying that Chappell Roan's fan base are sick of the inconsistencies, the lies, the half-truths, and are finally seeing the artist for who she truly is. See what happens when you're not nice to people?
So Chappell Roan has been cosplaying rags to riches this whole time? I just found out that she comes from one of the richest families in Missouri. And not only that, she paid for multiple summers at the Grammy summer camp. This whole time, I thought she got famous like organically. You know, that's why she was so inspiring for people who wanted to be musicians. And that's why she would act so weird when she talked about working at her coffee shop. That's why she doesn't really know how to interact with peasant people in a normal way. I really need these artists and celebrities to stop acting like victims. They're like making all these fake victim stories and whatnot. I don't know, because they want to be relatable?
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. And guys, I don't know, today we come again with another Chappell Roan analyzation. Guys, of course, like, I don't know, guys, someone actually tried to do like an investigative journalist to talk, like, to look into the Chappell Roan and everything. Guys, I didn't know that Chappell Roan's introductory, because I see, the thing is, guys, even though I'm talking about now, she's not someone who I like follow, or someone who I'm keeping up with her musical career or her musical come up. I do not know Chappell Roan from anywhere. The only time I first of all heard of Chappell Roan was when those two journalists from, is it the Met Gala or I don't know, is it 2025 Grammys or 2024 Grammys? I really do not know. That was when I got introduced to Chappell Roan, right? And from there, I didn't hear her music. I didn't even go to check her out, because when those two journalists disrespected Babyface for her, I was like, wow, what is this Chappell Roan, and why are they actually stepping over Babyface to go meet her? Like, hello? And that was it. I really didn't look into her. I don't know her history. I didn't know how she came to be in the music world, the music industry. But guys, come to find out, of course, as I said, there's this investigative journalist who investigated to see that She actually comes from wealth. She comes from wealth. I don't know, because the thing is, rumor has it that her grandfather owns a golf course, and her grandfather was, let's say, a very rich man, and her mom happens to be a veterinarian. Her mom, like, I don't even know. Like, hello, I do not know about these things. I really don't know. I really do not know about these rich things and everything. Like, it's crazy to me, guys. It's nuts to me. Like, well, forget about it, because people are saying, oh, her grandfather was rich, was a multi-millionaire, owns a golf course, owns an insurance company, her mom is a veterinarian, she went to summer school and everything. And people are saying, there are interviews around her saying, oh, like, actually talking down on the Grammys, but she ends up winning a Grammy, and she's actually very thankful for that Grammy. She looks like, people are saying to her fans, she's cosplaying the rags to riches kind of thing. I don't know about this lady, seriously. She just keeps popping off my FYP, but I really do not know about this lady. I'm not really interested in her, but I don't know, because people are saying, oh, how can she be actually putting down the Grammy? And on the other hand, she's actually very, very much interested in becoming, like, being known in the music industry. And she's like, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be famous. Maybe when she said she doesn't want to be famous, or her fans didn't think, maybe she didn't even know she was going to be that famous. Maybe she didn't know, because from what I'm seeing, maybe she wanted to be famous, but she didn't expect to get famous. I don't know if, guys, that makes sense. I really do not know if that makes sense. Right? You know, like, she really didn't even expect that she was going to be famous. She really didn't expect it. She really didn't, like, expect to, like, you know, behave. I don't know if you guys actually know what I'm trying to say. Well, I don't even know what to say, guys, because I'm like, so if you didn't expect to get famous, why were you trying to get famous in the first place? You know what, guys? I don't even know what to say, right? Because people are actually jumping and actually calling out for her rubbish. Or should I say rubbish, or am I being rude? Maybe I am being rude, but I apologize for that. People are calling her out on her stance of not wanting to be famous. Yeah. So, I don't know. Wow. You see, guys, the thing about Hollywood is, before you get famous, you must know someone knows someone. That's what I've realized. You must know someone knows someone. The only time people can actually just get famous, like, and just blow up on, let's say, on TikTok, maybe like TikTok, then you want to see, boom, they're in the industry. I think that's actually kind of way you can actually get famous and be invited in the industry. And before you can even be invited in the industry, you have to maintain connections to keep in the industry. So you have to actually know someone, maybe be related to them or something of that sort. People are saying maybe her grandfather's money, or her grandfather or her parents paid her way to the music industry. That's the rumor on the street. So, guys, to be fair, I don't even know what to say on this matter. Please, if you disagree with me, say it in the comment section, but please do it respectfully. Thank you, guys. Bye.